How the hell you doing, YouTube? Today we're back with a brand new video. So today's video is going to be slightly different. So we're not going to actually be plastering in this video, but it's part one of two. The second part will be us skimming this work. So basically, we had a phone call from a client. Basically, they had a builder in, and he stripped these walls back, and he was meant to come and reinstate it. The lady was elderly. She paid them up front and basically get ripped off. So we're here just trying to put right what they've done. Now this silver foil stuff on the wall, that's nothing to do with us. It was there. So basically what we've done here is we've took a full board. We've put some non-expanding spray foam. And this is a technique we use sometimes. I would use this for walls that I'm not 100% certain that they're not going to be damp in the future. There was no moisture on the walls at the time of doing this, but you never know. And if we're using that and that up, you're guaranteeing moisture, at least with this system. The expanding foam and the metal hammering fixings, you know, it's not as likely to happen. So as you can see here, we've been lucky enough, we've got a full board. We've put the foam all over the back of the board, and then we'll fit three of the fittings at the top, and then three at the bottom, and then we'll go one in the middle of each. So imagine the ones that have been put in there as a square, we go in the middle just like that. And these are actually pretty good fixings. They're easy, you just have to hammer them in. The tools that I would advise you having for doing this sort of work would be a tape measure, Stanley knife, some sort of drill, SDS. You can see there I have a cordless SDS, but a corded one would work as well. A hammer, pencil. If you're going to be doing their windows or anything, a level. Yeah, I think it would probably be enough to get you going. I actually do all the walls on this property, or in this sort of little sunroom, but I only film doing two of them. The reason being, the third wall was, they basically built a lean-to, and all the pipes for the bathrooms on that wall, so there was a lot of cutting and fitting, and it would have been a 45-minute video if I had have videoed everything that I'd done. It's a good idea when you're putting the full boards on that you put at least 8 fixings. I think I'm 90% sure that in my area anyway, the building regulations call for between 8 and 10. So I'll always put 8 on, but as you can see, this smaller bit of board, I probably could have got away with just the 4, but I've put 5 in instead. Anytime that I'm doing this sort of work, I'm using 1/4-inch board. The reason for this is that it's a lot more, it's a lot easier to work with than the inch board, and there's no, the walls are sort of flat and straight. You know, there's no real big bumps or humps anywhere, so, you know, it's not too bad when it comes to just using a 1/4-inch. It's important to use the foam. The non-expanding stuff is preferable. But you can use the expanding stuff also. But if you're going to do so, you're going to have to let it sit for probably a few minutes at least and let it expand. If you don't do this, what the board can do is when you put your fixings in, the foam continues to expand, and it'll push the board out in places, which is not something that you want. Another little tip here is when you'll see, I done it there a minute ago, but you can see the drill hanging on the wall. And the reason I do that is, so I'll drill my first hole that I'm going to put my fixing into, and then I'll drill a second hole, and I'll leave the SDS hanging in the hole, and that just holds the board till the wall. Lets me put my fixing in, and then I can take the drill off and put my next fixing in. Yeah, it's easy enough work, and it is good, you know. You can get a good finish over the boards, obviously, and I suppose you could probably go ahead and do to render this sort of thing, but you know, because like as I said earlier, the garb was ripped off, and I was sort of getting it done for cheap and cheerful, you know. So now we're getting tiller. I suppose these would be sills, but the actual sill itself, I'll just foam and set in place. Because of the way that the board's pushing down on the foam, you don't have to worry about it sticking. But these uprights, I will drill and fix. Unless you're going to prop them until the foam's completely set, you know, they're going to fall off on you because the foam, even the non-expanding stuff, expands a little bit. So this next wall, you're going to see, I'm going to do something weird here. I'm going to cut this board, and you'll see it's just slightly too short. At the bottom, it's nice and tight, but the further up the wall it goes, gets sort of further away. So what I wanted to do was get a straight edge on the door reveal, because there's not enough space on the inside for a board. So what we're going to do is we're going to get it nice and straight. We're going to set the board against the wall. We're going to put our level on, as you've seen. Make sure it's level, and then we're going to fix it. Now this gap on the inside, you can see, I do fill this with a slither of board and some expanding foam. And basically all it is that I'm doing is I'm keeping the board flush with the window reveal, so that I don't have to board the reveal, and I can just set my bead on it. The wall till the left hand side was massively out of plumb also, so the board's actually cut the same length the whole way up, but in one corner of it it's tight, and in the other corner it's not. You can see here I'm doing the same thing, but this wall's plumb, so the board's the same level the whole way down, and we're doing the same thing. We're using our level, and we're making sure that it's the board's level with the edge of you see it's like painted brick or something there, that it's level with the edge, so when we put our bead on, it's not sitting out. This wall was slightly bigger than 2.4. You can see it's short by maybe, 3 or 4 inches, so it's just sitting a bit short. We put our next bit of board along the head, and we're basically following the same process here. We're keeping the edge of the board tight against the head, and you'll see here I hang the drill to hold it in place. I'll bang in the fixing, and then I'll drill the other side, leave the drill hanging, and then I'll put this fixing in as well. It's good. It's handy if you're working on your own. You've no one to hold the board for you. It's usually a good shout. But if you have any questions about this process, please feel free to give me a shout, and I'll walk you through it. It's pretty straightforward. It's like datting and dabbing, only we're sticking the boards with expanding foam and then mechanically fixing them to the wall also, because of building control basically. But this is just the last couple of bits we'll do here. Once we've done this, we'll scrim tape everything up. We will PVA the reveals in the head on this window, and basically that's it. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to leave a comment. If you've any questions about setting boards this way, also feel free to just ask me. Check out my social media, Facebook, Instagram, and then we're on TikTok as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, guys.